Good morning, Center for Spiritual Living, Palm Desert. It's another great morning. It's the last day of the first month of the year. And after 4 weeks of having some pre-recorded things, we're back live with you. How cool is this? So we're grateful to be where we're at and grateful to have another wonderful Sunday service prepared for you. Sit back, stand up, enjoy the ride, and just so you know, tomorrow's Dr. Laura's birthday. Give her a call, send her a card, would you? It's a good day. Here we go. Let's have some fun. Welcome to this Sunday's service.
What's happening this week at the center? On Monday, join Dr. Joe for Community Healing Conversations, beginning at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. This is an opportunity to be part of the discussion and heal through participation. Make life a two-way conversation. Join Dr. Joe Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Tuesday, Reverend Dale will be leading us through a special message to free our creative genius. Write the book that is inside you. She brings on guests who have also unleashed and put their creative genius to work and will show you the steps they've taken to move their book from mind to paper. So if you know you have a book inside you screaming or even tickling to get out, this is a must-attend class, Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Wednesday, the Fabulous Five begin another stimulating conversation at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thursday, it's Dr. Laura and the Higher View with special guest and stimulating conversation. This is an interactive show. Make sure to join her Thursday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Friday, it's Life on Love with Reverend Charles. Tap into the unlimited power of love with Reverend Charles beginning at Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Saturday, join Reverend William for a guided meditation. This is on demand and available beginning at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Saturday. Other special activities this week, Reverend Charles begins this incredible life-transforming journey February the 8th, Beyond Limits. And because he knows the impact it can make on one's life when applying the lessons taught, this is a love offering class only. The book being used, Living the Science of Mind, is available by calling the office 760-346-4649. If you are seeking transformation in 2021, then you'll need to sign up and be there. The virtual men's group meets Tuesday evening from 7 to 8 p.m. This is a men's-only group for support and conversation. Please see the banner on the homepage for details. Tuesday, join Michael Kukuru for Virtual Grief Work, a place of healing for loss of any kind. Find comfort and restorative support. Tuesday. For details, click on the banner on the homepage. Wednesday morning, the Power of Eight continues the special ingredients found in the gathering of small groups. Do you have something you need support moving into reality? Join the Power of Eight Wednesday morning. Click the banner on the homepage for login details. Thursday, Reverend Cheryl and Reverend William host a virtual social gathering. It's a spiritual happy hour. No pressure, just a great time to see and interact with other like-minded individuals in a non-structured environment. If you're ready for a little break, the Social Eights are for you. So join us. There is something to support and stretch your spiritual appetite at CSL Palm Desert.
Good morning. I'm Reverend Dale Olansky, and this is the part of our service where we recite our mission statement. And our mission statement is really all about our values, what we see as being important in this world, what we're bringing to this world to uplift it, and to know the truth and the goodness that is everywhere. And so join me as we say these beautiful words. We are a dynamic, open, and positive faith community that accepts all religions. Our mission is to awaken you to your divine nature, empowering you to create the life of your dreams. We are changing lives one heart at a time. I'd like to invite you now to join me in just a brief meditation. And so get comfortable wherever you are. Close your eyes if that's comfortable for you, or soften your gaze. And just allow your body and your mind to relax into this beautiful moment, knowing that this is a time to just set aside worries and concerns and to drop our awareness into our heart space, allowing ourselves to relax in the moment, to expand ourselves, to open up to that deep, unlimited reservoir of love and light that dwells within ourselves, and just move into the flow of life that is dynamic, that is alive, that is the presence of spirit that we are.
Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done and everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, and everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to this present moment, here to this new beginning, here, and I'm seeing life so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul.
And so this is what I know on this beautiful day. I recognize that there is only one divine power, one presence, one source of life that is the everlasting loving energy of spirit. And that one I call God, infinite intelligence, love, light, energy. That one is in all beings. It is everywhere present. It is that which runs everything in the human body, in the heart and the soul, and in the entire cosmos. That one that is spirit, that which reveals its goodness through all. That one that I am an expression love, that all beings are an expression one of that one. And as I know this truth for myself, I know it for all beings, knowing that that which is spirit, that is principle, that is the known cause, the known action of all life, that which is pure in nature, pure in form. As I recognize that the whole universe is run by divine principle, and that all beings have the power to choose thought, to bring the thought into form, I know that on this day is a day where we recognize our ability to create the most amazing life for ourselves by choosing life, by choosing love, by choosing peace that is the innate power and energy of our soul. And so knowing this thing we call principle, that which allows us to bring forth a greater good for ourselves and our entire universe, our entire world, to stand in that loving energy, that presence that is always there, that is the innate presence and power of our beingness, to bring forth that love and that grace into all that we do, that allows us to be prosperous, healthy and well, joyful, creative, connected at a deep heart level. That one that is all that we are. I'm so grateful to recognize in this moment that all beings are unified in that one called Spirit, that all beings have that common humanity, that all beings have the ability to rise above the appearances of this world, to rise above learned things, to rise above and into the higher frequency of spirit, and to see through the eyes of God, to see the love and the grace and the spirit of it all in all, and to be able to come together in one on this day, every day, to be able to recognize the spirit within all and to come together as one. And so I am knowing that all are receiving whatever is needed to be seen today through this service, that the truth is revealing itself beautifully, that it is understood, it is embraced, it is embodied, it is lived into, so that life can be what it is supposed to be, a joyful experience, a loving experience, a peaceful experience where we can see through the eyes of spirit and understand the truth. Understand the truth. And so knowing that everything is unfolding perfectly for all, because everything is unfolding through divine right action in order, because that is the nature of the universe, that is the nature of all beings, of mankind, of all. We are all under the direction of the divine, and that divine is absolutely perfect. And so knowing that everything is unfolding perfectly in our lives as we stand in divine principle and use it with grace, use it with intelligence, use it with love. We see goodness blossoming everywhere. And so knowing this is complete, I release my word as law, knowing it is done, as we say together, and so it is.
Show me the way. Show me the way. Your love will light my way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Your joy will light my way. My way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Your peace will light my way. My way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Your truth will light my way. My way. And your love will light my way. My way. And your joy will light my way. My way. And your peace will light my way. My way. And your truth will light my way. My way. Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Shanti Om. Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Shanti Om. Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Shanti Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om.
God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks, for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Say now. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Let's go to joy. Joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need. Now go back to God. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Just that last line. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything, everything I need, everything. When I don't know what to do, God gives me everything. When I'm feeling so alone, God gives me everything. When I'm going a little crazy with isolation, God gives me everything. Every day now. Everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Everything. Everything.
Well, I want to thank Reverend Charles for the plug for my birthday tomorrow. And yes, it is my birthday. It's the big 7-0. And I'm thinking, how great is it to have made it to be 70? And I'm going to add another 70 more, right? So today, Reverend Charles's talk is on principle. And so this is a time for our offertory. And what we know as a principle is that what you give returns to you, pressed down and overflowing. And I know that the center gives to you every day, multiple times some days at 10 a.m. And so please, open your heart, knowing that you are being spiritually fed by us in so many ways, and that you want us to be able to continue to give you these amazing Sunday talks and our 10 a.m. offerings and all the other offerings we do. So just relax in that awareness of prosperity, that God is our source. As you open your hearts, there's buttons there for you to click, and know that we truly appreciate everything that you give to this center, because we are a wonderful spiritual community. Thank you so much.
All right, beloved community. So great to be back with you and be able to share on a Sunday. I know we've loved going back to the basics for the first 4 weeks of this year, and those wonderful messages from Dr. Joe's back into the archives a little bit. And going forward, like I mentioned earlier in the welcome, we've got some great new live material that we're coming forward with as we continue to usher in this magnificent year of 2021. So today, I want to get back to a simple idea that the entire philosophy, the entire movement of science of mind, the entire universe of it is based on, and that is principle. Principle. Principle, period, is my talk title today. Principle, period. You know, Dr. Joe has taken us back through the basics, you know, the thing itself, the way it works, what it does, and how to use it. Those are the foundations, the first 4 chapters in the book, Science of Mind. And I'd like to share some other material from Science of Mind as well, because when we study the book, Science of Mind, it's a living document whose principles and truths are changeless, and I'm going to share some words from Dr. Holmes here in just a moment. But why, in a world that has so much going on, why it's important to look at principle, simple principle, laws, which we're going to get into as well, a few of them specifically, and calm ourselves and make things and reel things back into a place of simplicity. So that's why I was moved to just principle, period. Let's just talk about principle here for a little bit. So in the preface of Science of Mind, it's actually, I don't even know if it's called the preface, it's the first page after you open the cover, I believe. Ernest Holmes says this, and he's talking about the book as a whole. These lessons are dedicated to that truth which frees people from themselves and sets us on a pathway of new experience, which enables us to see through the mist to the eternal and changeless reality. Let's unpack that a little bit. These lessons, now Ernest Holmes was a teacher. He wasn't so much a preacher. I mean, he definitely studied oratory, and he was a great orator if you've listened to him. He is a teacher. In the way that Dr. Tom taught for so many years, and Dr. Joe for the last 18 years has taught magnificent teachers of truth, of unpacking principle in ways that make us so simple for us to navigate through the mist of our daily experiences into that eternal and changeless reality. And one of my secret and silent prayers that I'm making to you public right now is that I pray that God inspires me to be that good of a teacher for you as well. And that principle dances on my heart in such a way that it lands softly and beautifully for you, so that together we can continue to walk forward into that eternal and changeless reality. So I'll read it again. These lessons are dedicated to that truth, capital T, which frees people from themselves and sets us on a pathway of a new experience, which enables us to see through the mist to the eternal and changeless reality. Now, what does it mean to be freed from ourselves? I'll tell you personally what it means for me this morning. I've been experiencing some overwhelm, just with all sorts of stuff. You know, my daughter, she ought to be in school right now. You know what I'm saying? It's she's supposed to be playing with other kids, not spending 24 hours a day with her mom and her dad, doing the homeschooling and then doing this and that. She's supposed to be interacting and being silly with other people and getting into trouble in school and all those types of things, right? But instead, here we are. It is what it is. But I'm experiencing some serious overwhelm. And so what I needed to do is take a deep breath and reset and get back to principle. See, what I was doing is I had created, I was sharing this with somebody, I had created a laundry list of everything I was overwhelmed by. So what happens when we create a list? I'm putting my attention on it, right? And there is a principle in and of itself. Where attention goes, energy flows. So my attention was on overwhelm. And that's what I was focusing on. So how could I even take a moment to take a deep breath, reset, this too shall pass, and bring my attention back into this moment right now, which is another principle. If we can bring our attention back to this moment, if I can bring my attention back to this moment, I see that all of my needs are met right now. I'm blessed and things are good right now, not yesterday and not tomorrow. It's once was said that today's the only day we've got. Today is the most important day of our lives because it's the only day we have. And so here my attention's running all over the place. My heart's beating faster. My blood pressure's going up. Because I needed that reset to come back to principle that in this moment right now, all is well. All needs are met right now. Principle, bring our attention back to this moment. What is principle? According to the Science of Mind glossary, principle, the source or cause from which a thing results. He goes on to say, this is Ernest Holmes' language, we first understand a principle and then relate it to our problem for a final test. Now, isn't that interesting? We first understand a principle, the law of cause and effect, which goes back to that first point, the source or cause from which a thing results. So my thinking and my attention causes something. And then when I begin to understand that principle, when we relate it to our problem for a final test, I want to make sure I'm clear on this. It's understanding that I am causing my life when I can see what problem or issue am I facing, that my attention or my thinking caused it. That I actually chose to walk through that door. Now, we may think sometimes that we don't have a choice in a matter, but we do have a choice in our mind, and I'm going to touch on this a little bit later as well. That within our own mind, we can choose. This is where we choose the life that we want to live. As I was just sharing a little bit earlier, I was choosing the laundry list, the grocery list, whatever we want to call it, of all the things I was overwhelmed by. Rather than closing my eyes and remembering to take a deep breath and understanding that I have an infinite source of well-being and good that sources me. And then when I put my attention on that, I'm causing an entirely different reality. So then my final test would be to bring cause into that mist, that fog of overwhelm, the cause of infinite source of well-being right now. The thought process of all of my needs are met right now, in this present moment, to reset back to a new cause. And then the overwhelm begins to fade away. The overwhelm begins to, as a mist does when the sunlight hits it, it just begins to disappear. And what's left but those beautiful rays of sunlight to warm our skin, that dose of vitamin D, that uplift. We are called to practice principle only. And what is principle again? Cause. One of the names for God or Spirit is first cause, capital F, capital C. Those of you that have taken classes have come across those words before. Capital F first, capital C cause, first cause. And then we reenact that through our own interpretation of sacred scripture, of the science of mind. We cause our life. We are called to practice principle. This is what we teach. This is what we learn. To turn our attention away from condition to that changeless reality we call spirit. Now to keep generating, now here's one of the traps we could get caught in. We're called to turn our attention away from condition, and that means something that we might call a bad condition, but also something we might call a good condition. Because that's a judgment call on our behalf individually. It's an internal judgment call. This is good, this is bad. It doesn't matter. All moments are fleeting because today's the only day that we have. And that's why no matter what, we are called to turn our attention away from condition of any kind to that changeless reality we call spirit. Because all condition in the human realm is that mist. Is that mist that we're individually doing our best to search our way through in this life, through our relationships, through our financial status, through our creative expression, through the health of our body temple. Through all of these ways that it shows up, we're called always to turn our attention to principle, first cause, God, spirit, love, joy, being. And as we do that, we see that the troubles, the mists, the challenges, the tribulations, the good is all lifted into a heavenly realm where we once again, in another moment, cause our life yet again. Once again, in this moment, I cause my life again. This is from the Dhammapada, which is a sacred collection of the teachings of Buddha. I love this. The mind, the mind, the mind. This is the beginning and the end of it all. The quality of one's life depends on nothing but the mind. If one's words or deeds come from an impure mind, then suffering surely follows. If one's words and deeds come from a pure mind, then happiness walks with him as his own shadow. Then happiness walks with her as her own shadow. Say it one more time. I believe this is very important and distills a sacred truth down beautifully. The mind, the mind, the mind. It's our personal connection with that eternal connection. Our personal connection with that eternal and changeless reality. The mind, the mind, the mind. This is the beginning and the end of it all. Tend to your mind. The quality of one's life depends on nothing but the mind. If one's words or deeds come from an impure mind, then suffering surely follows. If one's words and deeds come from a pure mind, then happiness walks with him as his own shadow, walks with her as her own shadow. This is why I love this particular illustration, which I believe is one of the most powerful illustrations. It speaks exactly to what we just heard from the Buddha. The illustration, the idea of a farmer and what the farmer does. The farmer takes a principle of tomato, of carrot, and plants that puppy into the soil, trusting absolutely that a tomato seed is going to grow a vine of tomatoes. I'm not a farmer, so I got to get my things in order here. We are farmers of the mind, though, and we're going to get to that in a second. Carrots. Plant that row of carrots and trust that as I tend to that soil, carrots will grow. That is practicing principle. The farmer plants in soil. Humans plant in mind. The farmer plants in soil. Humans plant in mind. It's the same principle and the same idea, gang. Tending to the mind, the mind, the mind, the mind. The mind is the beginning and the end of it all. The soil is the beginning and the end of it all. The quality of one's life depends on nothing but the mind. The quality of the farmer's life depends on the soil, tending to that soil, nurturing the soil, knowing what seed has been planted and trusting that the fruit, the vegetable will grow after its kind. This is our work in mind, is to plant seeds that we actually want to harvest. I don't want to harvest overwhelm. I don't want to harvest an ill-body temple. I'm truly interested. I mean, it's crazy to think of a farmer down there in the soil planting carrots and saying, yeah, these potatoes are going to be real good, right? So we get into our crazy mind. I get into my crazy mind of planting seeds of overwhelm, expecting peace and joy, of not tending to my mind, knowing that I can cause it, that I have power, I have freedom and opportunity to choose what I'm planting in the soil of my mind. Principle, period. What are we planting today? Seeds of goodwill, seeds of kindness, seeds of unity and caring, seeds of prosperity and abundance, seeds of wonderful relationship, seeds of wonderful creative expression, seeds of love, seeds of joy. Not, I'm going to plant these seeds of ill will and trust that love's going to show up in my life. It doesn't work that way. We tend to our mind. I'm going to plant these seeds of love and watch as love breaks out all over the place. I'm going to plant these seeds of goodwill and watch as goodwill breaks out all over my life. I'm going to be kind, knowing that as I am kind, I receive kindness. I am going to share, knowing that as I share, I am shared with. I'm going to love, because as I love, I know I will be loved. I will circulate my financial good, knowing that as I circulate my financial good is circulated unto me. This is principle. This is principle. In closing, I'd like to share the second page from The Science of Mind, which is a poem, an invitation that as we walk through the book, The Science of Mind, into this magnificent adventure of principle. This is a sacred and beautiful invitation that welcomes us into that long walk, that never-ending walk of growth and deeper understanding and a lifted and higher consciousness. Peace be unto thee, stranger. Enter and be not afraid. I just have to stop for a moment. I was in choir in my Catholic school growing up. And there was a song that we sang. We actually, it was one of the hymns that we don't even choir. We just sing it in Mass. Be not afraid. I go before you always. Come, follow me, and I will give you rest. Now, if Dr. Joe was giving the sermon, he'd sing it. I don't have quite that courage yet. I'll work up to it. Be not afraid. I go before you always. Come, follow me, and I will give you rest. An invitation from the Spirit to always go back to principle. All right, here's the poem in its entirety now. I just wanted to share that. It opened my heart there for a moment. Just the words. I'm going to sing it. Be not afraid. I go before you always. Come, follow me, and I will give you rest. Forgive me for the tone, but that's how it goes. It just opens my heart. It takes me back to this wonderful, awe-inspiring time of my youth, too. I'm moved by that right now. Peace be unto thee, stranger. Enter and be not afraid. I have left the gate open, and thou art welcome to my home. There is room in my house for all. I have swept the hearth and lighted the fire. The room is warm and cheerful, and you will find comfort within. The table is laid, and the fruits of life are spread before thee. The wine is here also. It sparkles with light. I have set a chair for you where the sunbeams dance through the shade. Sit and rest and refresh your soul. Eat of the fruit and drink the wine. All is yours, and you are welcome. Principle, period. That's what I have to share with you this week. Much peace, much love. I pray that you make today the absolute best day ever.
That was so wonderful to hear Reverend Charles speak again and here in our sanctuary live. It's so great to be back. So I'm going to close now, and please join us this week for all our wonderful offerings. You can always check out the website to see what's happening, cslpalmdesert.org. So let's just relax. Let's just take a deep breath in. Recognizing right here and right now and in every moment, there is God and only God. This divine energy is the creator of all. It is creating every breath we take, each person, every sentient being, everything in this universe is created by this divine energy that I call love. And so we know that there is a principle in this universe that creates, that gives, that each and every one of us lives by this divine principle, knowing that we are the creators of our life. So we create from this place of gratitude. We create from a place of love and wholeness, recognizing the divinity in each person that we come into contact with, knowing that they are a reflection of us, a reflection of the oneness, and that we are inspired to be that love, to be that creator of good in this world, to see the beauty and to live in this state of gratitude, grateful for everything we have, grateful for what we don't have, knowing that we are here by divine right action. We are here to live a life principled, a life of wholeness, a life of goodness. And so I am so grateful for this teaching, so grateful for Reverend Charles, Reverend Dale, all our ministers, practitioners, our staff that keeps this center buzzing and going and operating, and our great media team, knowing that without each person here, we could not do what we do. So in this state of gratitude, in this state of love and joy and great expectation of what is yet to come that is magnificent, I release my word as the law, knowing that life is perfect, knowing that life is unfolding according to divine plan. It is all good, it is all God. So I release my word. So together we say, and so it is. So thank you, everyone. We'll see you next week.